Welcome to this week's episode of Democracy That Delivers and our mini-series on this year's Free Enterprise and Democracy Network Small Grants Program, where we will be speaking with grantees engaging locally to promote the principles of free enterprise and democracy. I'm Tamari Dzodzenidze, Program Officer with SIPE's Policy and Program Learning Unit and the coordinator of the Free Enterprise and Democracy Network, known as FEDEN here at SIPE. FEDEN was established by SIPE in 2012 to bring private sector voices into global discourse on democracy and provides a mechanism for private sector leaders and advocates of economic freedom across the world to exchange ideas and make the case for democracy and markets. The Small Grants program launched last year in an effort to promote understanding of how democracy and market economies enable a better way of life. Today, we'll have the pleasure of speaking with FEDEN member Hassam Barzinji and Mustafa Abdul Karim from the Kurdistan Economic Development Organization. For the last 6 months, they have been implementing the project Democracy, a digital story for young generations, creating the website iraqdemocracy.net to tell the story of democracy to young generations, emphasizing the importance of democratic principles, values, and institutions in promoting freedom, opportunity, and prosperity. The website aims to educate and engage young people in the democratic process and inspire them to participate in shaping their society's future. Welcome both. We are excited to have you here today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Thank you.
Can you start off by providing us an overview of the Democracy, a Digital Story for Young Generations project and its objectives?
So the project is basically, we can say simply, we try to create a platform. It's a website we created for the youth to know more about the principle of democracy, to know the basic of what is a democratic system, and to empower their voice so they can engage with each other into democratic discussion. They can talk and discuss democratic values and also engage with each other and through the knowledge they get with their community.
Why did you think it was important to focus on youth?
It is very important to focus on the youth because the youth are the leaders of the future. We can say, like, per se, the leaders of tomorrow. Besides, we realized that they are underrepresented in the political system here, especially for youth and women. Like we can see, the way they are present, like they have lesser opportunities to participate with political choices. They have less. They are not represented properly, and not in the amount that we hope it will be.
This project was very important for us because we're continuing our project. The democracy here in the region, only democracy for election, not democracy for system. System of democracy is very weak. Why we focusing on the youth? Because the new generation is leading the democracy or system or government in the future. And also we focusing on women. Why? Because women, they have good impact on the children through education, and also they have impact on the youth, and also on the men. Also on women. That both four groups, they can communicate with them very easily. Not like men. Men for children, not easy to talk with them. Men are far away from children every day, from house, from home. And also youth, both women, girls and boys, they listening to the women easily. That's why we focused on youth and women, and that's us. We starting with this view with ideas that the democracy is and human rights is very important for our region, because we have wide corruption, and the rule of law is very weak, and also the government is far away from the people. We can say that two worlds: world for government, world for the people, for citizen. Then we cannot react between two worlds. That's democracy is important for this situation. And I let Mustafa for continuing.
Also, especially in the leading roles in the government or on the political side of things, when we see that the youth, especially the women, are very few who are taking actual leading roles or who are decision makers. That comes especially for women, like you can literally count them. That's how few they are for taking leading positions in the government.
So when you went about to implement this project, how did you go about targeting women and youth specifically? Were there any strategies that you used to make sure that you were reaching them?
Well, now knowing that's the other thing is, it's like that's the reason that we chose to digitalize this whole process, because nowadays youth are mostly on the internet, they are surfing on the websites, they are looking for new information, new things. So we figured out that's the best way to approach them. And we noticed through our researches that most of the youth are using here in our region, they are mostly using Facebook, and Facebook is the bigger percentage of it is mostly men. But on Instagram, we found that the bigger percentage is women's. So we try to go through promoting what we're doing on social medias, taking the advantage that the digitalization is giving us. And also when we talked with activists, we have few meetings with them, because there are a bunch of young girls who are very active and like how to say, in the democratic sense, like in the democratic theme, where they are promoting freedom and freedom of speech. And so when we engaged them, they were telling us, they were giving us more ideas and more options, which is book clubs, which was what we created also. We created a book club inside of our organization. And then through this book club, we try to engage with other book clubs that established in the cities as well.
Can you tell me a little bit more about these book clubs, what you were discussing about, what you felt the impact was?
With those book clubs, we were mainly trying to promote, like our objective was, as taking a book that speaks about democratics or speaking about leaderships, whether it's local books or international books. And our objective mainly is that we teach the value through the discussions. And we're promoting the discussion, like democratic discussions in a healthy environment where they can speak up freely and express themselves.